Because I knew we would run over. Okay. Scottie, I needed to ask you a couple of questions before we run off because it is getting dark here. But, okay, on your turn-ins tomorrow, the chicken category, are you going to turn in thighs or something else?
We do all thighs. They're a little more forgiving than all the other meats that we do, so we stick with that.
How many different rubs will you do on those thighs?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
3?
Yeah.
Okay, getting complicated here.
We try.
And how many different layers? 3 then, or is there more?
Three different layers.
3 different layers. So that's like an early, a middle, and a later.
That's exactly.
Okay, and then a sauce is going to go on that.
We'll do a sauce
of some sort. And then on the ribs, you're going to do loin backs. Or you're going to do
we do spare ribs. Yeah,
okay.
A lot more flavor in the spares.
St. Louis. Okay. Yeah. And how many different rubs you going to come up with on that one?
3 different rubs.
3 different rubs on that.
3 different rubs on that.
And these are different than the
three different rubs from the chicken.
3 different from the chicken. Okay, so we're up to 6 now. Keep track of this.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna have a sauce on the ribs of some sort.
We will have a sauce. Yep, Blues Hog.
Okay. And then we're gonna go into the pork category, and everybody does a Boston butt there.
Boston butts usually, yep.
Yep. And how many rubs are you going to have on that?
We will have 2 rubs on that.
2?
But some of these rubs are consistent throughout. Yeah, but there will be 2 different rubs.
So we're still only at 6, huh?
Yeah, on every rub so far I've used smoking gun, so that's the standard rub on all my meats so far. So.
Yeah, I know he's a hot one on the circuit.
It's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
So.
And then you're going to have a sauce of some sort on the pork.
Right.
And then we're going to go with the brisket. You're going to do whole, point, flat.
We do the whole thing as big as I can get. These ones that I had for this weekend, they started off about 17 pounds each.
Okay.
So as big as I can get them.
Anything special, prime?
I actually use cab briskets. I've tried cooking with prime. Honestly, I feel more comfortable, and I think the flavor is better with the cabs, so I'll stick with them.
Okay. And then how many different rubs you going to put on those?
Those will be 2 different rubs. Again, one of them is smoking guns and then another different flavor. So.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have a sauce of some sort.
A little sauce.
So anyway, total of about 7 rubs?
6, 7 different rubs.
Yeah. And I always caution people at home to, it's much better to start with 1 rub. Even if
I have a base rub, and that's what I go. I work everything off of from there.
Even if you started, I remember Paul Prudhomme one time he talked about. He says even if you had like black pepper in your ingredient, and you put some in early, some in the middle, some in at the end, it changes the complexity.
Absolutely does.
And that's why he's trying to come up with a little bit in the beginning, a little bit in the middle.
I want to take them on a roller coaster is the way I look at it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, we'll see you in the morning then.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, Scottie.
Thank you,
all right.
I have a couple of questions.
Go away, Kathy's got questions. Go ahead.
One question, did your wife used to come and do all this with you too?
Actually, when she was alive, I had just started. I cooked 2 contests back in 2002. Actually, this was my first ever contest, so this contest has a ton of meaning to me. And she was sick with cancer at the time. We didn't have this big RV and all that, but she was honestly my biggest fan in barbecue. So, my wife and my dad were my 2 biggest fans. This is why we do all this, is they both passed away from cancer, and we're trying to do something in their memory, so.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And having your girls here too, I think that's really,
involved with this as well. Yeah, it's my sister involved, and my 2 girls, actually my youngest, my 9-year-old today